Hello everyone! It's Jennifer Shahadi and this is Fabian, and we have a very special tactic to go over today. We're going to talk about the block. The block is one of my favorite tactics because it combines defense and attack in many instances. And this first position is one of the famous blocks in chess history. It's a game between Bobby Fischer and Pal Benko in the 1963 US Chess Championships. Can you guess how many points Bobby Fischer got in this tournament?
10, and this is the game that he lost.
You think this is the game that he lost?
Yeah.
There was 11 games, so you think he won 10 and lost this game?
Yes.
Okay, well, let's see how that prediction holds up. Okay, now in this position, Fischer is white. What is the first move that you would think of?
I would think of here.
Exactly, because you're double attacking and discovering. If I move the knight, what can you do?
I would just check maybe.
Exactly, and if I take this pawn, it's also checkmate. So what can black do here? They look like they're totally busted, but black actually has a really good move. And actually, this is an iconic defensive move that comes up in many positions. So it's really good to know this one. Black to move and defend what looks like a horrible position. I mean, it looks terrible. But there's a good move. And think about this queen here. This queen is crucial to the defense. There's kind of like a bounce back tactic in this. Never. Okay. But then what? What has this done besides blocking the attack? I mean, it's black. What do we do?
Oh, the queen's not defended.
Yeah, the queen's still not defended. So you can't do any of those. So the question remains, what about queen takes queen? And then we can take the knight later, except what does black do here?
Take with the knight.
Exactly. The bounce back. You got the knight bounce back. So beautiful defensive move, which is actually kind of a block in itself, right? But alas, for Benko, who is one of my favorites, I love Benko. Great problems, great player, great opening. Not that I ever played it. But in this position, white to move, Fischer saw all that and had a block of his own. White to move and win. This is a really famous move. He's blocking the possibility of playing f5. Yeah, I think you got it. Oh my god, that is such a good move! And now when bishop takes f6, what happens? Amazing. And now there's no way. So basically you block the ability of the queen to come into the defense. And because the rook is trapped here, there's no way to stop checkmate. Yes, good high five. And so actually you were close to right, Fabian. He did win his other 10 games. But you were wrong about this game. Fischer did win this game, and he actually swept this US championship 11-0. Unbelievable, right? So we're gonna look at another couple of examples of blocks from my book, Play Like a Champion. And we got the smartest cast in the world here to help us. Hey, little lady, what's your move? White is Sarah Cotty, chess queens. And she's up in exchange, but there's a problem. Black has 2 pawns for it. And one of them is like pretty far advanced, right, Fab? So she does need to play well here. The most natural idea would be to look at the forcing moves, right? So rook takes f8, queen takes f8, rook d8. Why doesn't it work?
Because I think after that the queen can play here.
Right, the queen can go to g7, stop the checkmate, threaten to trade queens. And by the way, if we trade queens, black might just be winning. I haven't analyzed it perfectly, but it looks very dangerous for white. So instead of that, Sarah had to come up with a better idea. So actually, the queen is a really good defender. People often talk about how good the queen is as an attacker, but I feel like she's underrated as a defender. She's a fantastic defender. So Sarah really needs to block the defense of this queen. And so how can she do that here?
Defense.
It's a deceptively simple position. Little lady, you got any ideas? Excellent. Very, very nice. And now, after rook d6, here's the thing. We're now threatening rook takes f8. I mean, I guess we're maybe threatening this too. But yeah, I think we're threatening rook takes e6 too. But we're threatening just to win a rook and threaten a mate. So suppose black here now says, okay, I'll take. Now, after white plays rook takes d8, little lady, what is the problem for black here? Can she stop this checkmate? The queen wants to checkmate and the rook wants to checkmate. Is there any way out? Meow. Meow. No, there is no way to stop this checkmate. Right, Fabian?
Yeah.
And so that's the power of this rook. And it's also kind of a thing where, have you ever heard of this thing? If I have 2 rooks and you have 1 rook, a lot of the times I'm trying to trade off 1 pair of rooks. That way I'm the only person on the board who has a rook-like piece, right? Or I guess I'm the only person who has a rook. Whereas when you have 1 rook and I have 2 rooks, somehow it's a little bit more balanced because the main thing your rook needs to do is to defend this last rank, right? So actually it's something that really helps black in this position to have a rook, but when you play here, they're forced to trade it. And we get the mate. High five. Big block. A very cool example of one of my favorite chess stacks, the block. And this one is by a friend, Women's International Master Luciana Morales Mendoza. She's playing white, and it looks here like she might have a really nice tactic, Fabian, like maybe removing the defender.
Is this a tournament?
It is from a tournament. She won this game in beautiful fashion. I think she got a brilliancy prize. You know that they have those in some tournaments that you get a prize for winning the best game of the tournament, even if you didn't win the tournament. Love that idea. I feel like every chess event should have it. Anyway, in this position, it's white to move. Now, at first you're like, oh wait, can I just play rook takes f6? Remove the defender, and then if bishop takes f6, queen h7, and queen s7 mate. But one small problem, what would black do in this position?
Just trade off the queen.
Just trade off the queens, which is the exact opposite of what you want when you're attacking. And so instead in this position, she found a superb move. What is it?
I think.
Block and win.
But you can't block a 9.
Oh, that's a great idea. That's not actually what she played, because I guess we can take here. She played something similar, but also prevented like this idea of pawn takes e6. Oh yeah!
Why can't they take?
Now, if I take this, what do?
4.
Exactly, bishop takes e6 check. And by the way, after queen e6, I'll play queen e6. And then not only did I win a queen for a rook and a piece, but I also have my queen in your position. And I think it'll be pretty nasty and mating. Okay, so that is no bueno. So instead, after bishop f5, pawn takes f5. Now what can white do? Bingo. And
But that's even more no. Actually, it's even worse.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's true, because I don't know if you can stop the mate, because after bishop f6, what happens?
Check. Mate.
There it is.
So black should have played the other.
But either way, white is winning because of the block tactic. So to wrap it up, blocking is for defending, and it's also for attacking, and it is a really fantastic tactic that everyone from Fischer to you should start executing in your games. Any final words, Pops? Block and win!